Greetings, everybody, and once again, welcome back to Fun Valley in Hutchinson, Kansas. It's time for Hutchinson Community College softball on the Blue Dragon Sports Network. This afternoon, game number 2 of a non-conference doubleheader on sophomore day as the number 15 ranked Blue Dragons get set to take on the Bethany College JV Swedes. Steve Carpenter back with you. Hutchinson hits a school record 7 home runs in game number 1 en route to a 21-0 victory over the Swedes in game number 1. Ashton Reynolds, a career-high 6 RBIs, including a grand slam. Cameron Pope, a career-high 5 RBIs with 2 home runs and a double. Raven Bass, 3 home runs. She became the 4th Blue Dragon to do so in a single game. Matching Sarah Rothy's effort twice and Mackenzie Shackley's. The Dragons got a 2-hit shutout from DJ Cannon, her 17th win of the year. Career win number 35, and now the Dragons look to close out the regular season on a high note and head into postseason on Saturday against Heston right here at Fun Valley, ultimately on to Topeka. And if the Dragons have their druthers, on to Clinton, Mississippi in about 3 weeks' time for the national tournament. The Dragons have only been to the national tournament once, that coming way back in 1987. Blue Dragons now 32-9 overall. And the Dragons, again, look to keep some momentum. They've won 3 in a row, and they've won 8 out of their last 10. Or 7 out of their last 10. So Hutchinson looks to close out the regular season on a high note. Here's the lineups for game number 2. First for Bethany. It'll be quite a different lineup than we saw in game number 1. Leading off will be the shortstop, Kelly DeCrow. She was a late inning replacement for the Swedes. Batting second will be the second baseman, Natasha Quintana. Michaela Wren bats third, will play left field. The catcher, Bree Womack, bats the cleanup spot. Kaylin Dane will be the designated player in game number 2. She bats fifth. Zoe Levesque bats sixth and plays center field. Batting seventh will be the third baseman, Jernay Gregg. Tori Willems bats eighth and plays first base, and batting ninth and playing right field, Maya Escobar. Alexis Budenhagen gets the start in game number 2 for the Swedes. So the Swedes line up again: DeCrow, Quintana, Wren, Womack, Dane, Levesque, Gregg, Willems, and Escobar, and Budenhagen in the circle for the Blue Dragons. And head coach Jamie Rose, they line up with left fielder Rebecca Roberts leading off. Batting second will be shortstop Bree Johnson. Batting third will be the third baseman Cameron Pope. In the cleanup spot, playing first base, Raven Bass. Batting fifth will be the right fielder Brent Stockman. Catcher Natalie Semmel bats sixth. Kiera Crane will be the designated player in game number 2. She bats seventh. Batting eighth will be the second baseman Shelby Felvis. Batting ninth, center fielder Ashton Reynolds, and Destiny Schultz in the circle. Looks like everybody's waiting on head coach Jamie Rose to reemerge from underneath the complex. The manager's meeting is ready to take place. Ray Gary, the pitching coach, is out there, but they still await the arrival of head coach Jamie Rose. Jamie's in her 14th season with the Blue Dragons now. And she just recently reached Blue Dragon win number 400. Jamie Rose's record with the Blue Dragons now 407 and 291, 455 and 345 in her career. She was before Hutchinson 2 years at Independence Community College before coming over to Hutchinson. So here comes Jamie Rose with the game ball in the lineup. We're about set to get underway here in game number 2. Again, now Hutchinson will play Heston College in a best of 3 opening round Region 6 series beginning Saturday here at Fun Valley. Game time for games 1 and 2 are 2-4. If a third game is needed, that will be Sunday at 2 p.m. Of course, everybody remembers the 3-game odyssey last year with KCK in the opening round. Had to play all 3 games on one day because of rain. That series got pushed back 4 days. It was played on a Tuesday. And I don't think I've ever done this before then. I don't think I ever did 3 softball games in one day. Did 26 innings in one day with a baseball doubleheader. Had a 7-inning first game and a 19-inning second game down at Hobart Detter Field one year. So the Dragon outfielders have already taken their place out there, and here come the Dragon infielders and starting pitcher Destiny Schultz. This 6 of the 7 sophomores will be in action today. Des will be the 6th. Only Izzy Godin is out of the lineup. They're trying to keep her healthy for the postseason. She tweaked a hamstring against Cowley 1 week ago. In fact, it was 1 week ago today. She left late in game number 2 and did not play against the Sterling JV, and we did not see her today. She is in street clothes. So Destiny Schultz will take her warm-up tosses. The sophomore from Deer Park, Texas. Before we get to Dez's numbers, baseball exploded with 7 runs in the 7th inning and now lead Redlands 15-2. So the Dragons hopefully on their way to a run rule win there. The numbers on Des Schultz. What great turnaround season for her sophomore year, making her 19th start, 11-5 with a 3.0 ERA. That includes 10 complete games, 2 shutouts. 93 in the 3rd innings pitched for Des, 97 hits allowed, 55 runs, 40 earned. She has struck out 70 and walked 44, and that opponent's batting average continues to drop, now down to 264. Also, the number of walks for Des has dropped mightily. So here we go, game number 2. Dragons win the first game 21-0. We're set for game number 2. Thanks for joining us here on the Blue Dragon Sports Network. First pitch by Des Schultz. The curveball off the plate wide for ball 1. Des, her last time out, 2 2/3 innings. Got a win in a 9-1 run rule victory over Sterling JV 5 days ago. She pitched very well in the 9-inning loss against Cowley. Curveball. That's fooled DeCrow, swing and a miss. DeCrow did not play in the first game, and we have no stats on Bethany JV. DeCrow out of Grand Junction, Colorado. Place I hope the Blue Dragon baseball team winds up in about 3 weeks. Here's the 1-1 pitch off the end of the bat, foul. Schultz is a freshman, was 4-3 with a 6.2 ERA. Roller along 3rd, fielded fair. And for whatever reason, the Crow did not go to 1st, and Cameron Pope throws her out with ease, 1 away. I think she expected that ball to trickle foul, and it stayed right on the line. Cameron Pope fielded it in fair territory. 1 away for the second baseman, Natasha Quintana. Did not play in game number 1. Breaking pitch for a strike. Schultz this year 11-5 with and has sliced her ERA in more than in half at 3.0. 1-1 the count to Quintana. She only had 1 complete game as a freshman, 10 as a sophomore. It's almost doubled her number. Ground ball to short. Bree Johnson gobbles it up and pours it across, 2 away. One of Dez's biggest things as a freshman, it really troubled her that she wasn't getting the number of strikeouts that she got in high school and through club ball as Michaela Wren steps in. This year it doesn't seem to bother her near as much, and the strikeout numbers have gone up. Wren fouls that offering off. Michaela Wren in the first game was 0 for 2. Sun has peered back out and cut through the overcast, so that's a sign the rain's going to hold off a little bit more. We are expecting rain later this evening. That's why this doubleheader was moved up. And with the temperatures the way they are, we're kind of thankful they are. Hard hit ball right to the third baseman, Cameron Pope. Nice play. She throws to Raven Bass, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for the Swedes in the first. After half inning, Bethany nothing, and the Dragons coming up. Becker Roberts, Bree Johnson, Cameron Pope due up here in the bottom of the first. Game number 2, the final game of the 2018 regular season. Doesn't seem all that long ago that we were freezing out here in February, and guess what? We're still freezing out here in late April.
Left fielder number 8, Becca Roberts.
So Becca Roberts laid it off. 2 for 4 with a couple of runs scored, a stolen base and a walk in game number 1. Facing Alexis Budenhagen. Budenhagen is a lefty from Albuquerque, New Mexico. There's a strike. Count evens at 1-1 on Roberts. Becca now hitting .361 with 39 hits, 3 doubles, a triple, a home run, and 14 driven in. That one's was a bunted foul or just swung through foul. And it's 1-2. The Dragons had a strange start to the first game. Popped up, foul territory, third base, signed a diving attempt by Bree Womack, the catcher, and she comes up a little bit short. In each of the first 2 innings, the first 2 Hutch batters of the inning were retired. The Blue Dragons then scored 3 runs, all with 2 outs. Home runs by Pope and Pope and Bryn Stockman. They made it 3-0 after 1. Same thing happened in the second inning. The first 2 batters were retired, and the Dragons proceeded to score 6. Roberts fouls that straight back to the screen, and it's 1-2. Dragons had 3 runs in the first, 6 in the second, 8 in the third, 4 in the fourth. The pitch low for a ball, and it's 2-2. Roberts in the first game stole her 24th base in 24 attempts. A delayed steal. The Dragons now a perfect 71 for 71. Pitching on the hands, fouled back. That pitch was right in the catch and sink of Roberts, and she fought it off to fight another day. Dragons haven't seen very many lefties this year. The pitch. Pop foul. Right off the underside of the roof here at Fun Valley and dropped straight down. Fortunately, nobody was right below it. Coolish weather kind of kept probably what was going to be a pretty good crowd today. Wind blowing out to right center. Here's the pitch. Low and in the dirt. Roberts has worked back from 1-2 down in the count to fill it out at 3-2. Temperatures this weekend, I'm told, are supposed to be in the mid to high 70s. High and inside ball 4. It's a leadoff walk to Roberts. Becca now tied for the team lead in walks at 21, tying Raven Bass. And Bree Johnson, the shortstop. Bree had a double and a triple. 3 for 5. Runner goes on the first pitch to throw, not nearly in time. And it's stolen base. Number 25 for Becca. She's now second on the single season list. Johnson's bunted tip, pop foul back to the screen. Bree now hitting .361, making her 20th consecutive start. 22 for 61, 3 doubles, 2 triples, a home run, and 19 RBIs. Bree with an on base of .369. Does have 3 sacrifice bunts this year, and she's 8 for 8 in steals. The pitch. Hit well left, and it is over the left fielder's head and gone. Bree Johnson, a 2-run home run, and the Dragons take a 2-0 lead. Home run number 2, RBIs 20 and 21. And that took about 2.1 seconds to leave the yard. Another laser beam shot. Makes 8 home runs on the afternoon. Becca Roberts scores ahead of it. 2 batters in, it's 2-0 Hutchinson. Now Cameron Pope, the batter. Home run number 45 as a team. Second most in Blue Dragon history behind the 2016 team's 61. Cam was 3 for 5, 2 home runs, a double, career high 5 RBIs. Now with 98 career hits. Earlier today we saw Ashton Reynolds reach the 100 hit mark. Cam now up to 408, 3 home runs, 25 RBIs. Pitch in the dirt, 2-0. The Dragons now have 6 batters with 20 or more RBIs. Cannon has 19, Felvis 18, and Bree Johnson just went over the 20 mark. Pope pops this one up, foul territory, right field side, and the second baseman, Natasha Quintana, makes the catch for out number 1. So Pope, after 3 straight hits, 0 for her last 3. It's a long run by the second baseman, Quintana. And I really wish they wouldn't allow, this is a personal note, but to allow the fielders to wear jackets out there. Raven Bass swings and misses. Bass now up to 400. 42 hits, 14 home runs, and 42 RBIs in her 3 home run game. The 4th Blue Dragon to do so. Pitch is a little bit high, and it's 1-1. Now with 15 career home runs. That's foul ball, catches the catcher, Bree Womack. And she's shaken up. It pretty much caught her square in the mask. She's trying to shake off the cobwebs. Getting back to Raven Bass, she now has, let me make for sure here, 16 career home runs now for Bass, and that is tied with Jen Tano for 5th all time. Looks like Bree's going to be okay. We'll stick with it. That's good to see. Now with 14 home runs. Ravens tied for 2nd with Samuelos and Tori Carruthers at 14. Jamie Tano in 2011 has the single season record of 15. 2-2 now to Raven Bass. Pop foul back out of play. The all-time home run record, also Jamie Tano's. Pitch to Bass, change up in the dirt, and it's a full count. Jamie Tano with 22, Sarah Rothy with 21. Holly Kelly had 20, Samuelos had 19. The pitch, high ball 4. So Raven just takes the walks lead back from Becca Roberts. And that'll bring up Bryn Stockman. Bryn had a 2-run home run in that 3-run first inning. She was 3 for 3, a couple of singles, 3 runs scored, and 2 RBIs. And she pops one up to the second baseman, Natasha Quintana. Now there's 2 away. Roberts walked, Bree Johnson homered. 2 batters later, Raven Bass walked. Now it's a runner at first, 2 away for Natalie Semmel, the catcher.
The catcher, number 1, Natalie Semmel.
Semmel was 2 for 3 in the first game. Now hitting .311 for the year with 19 hits, 3 home runs, and 14 RBIs, and it's ball 1 to the Dragon catcher. Wind still blowing. It's kind of let up a little. That pitch hitter rode right in and hit the upper arm of Natalie Semmel. 2 out, hit by pitch. Semmel hit for the 5th time this year. That's the 25th time a Dragon has worn a pitch. And now freshman Kiera DeCrane steps in. Key hitting .355 with 39 total hits, 9 home runs, 33 RBIs. Runners at first and second, 2 away. The pitch to DeCrane is an off-speed pitch, drops right in from Budenhagen for strike 1. Game times this weekend, 2 and 4 p.m. out here at the Valley. Games 1 and 2 of the Region 6 opener. DeCrane fouls one back, and she's down on the count, 0-2. During her recent slump, it just seems like she's been down on the count 0-2-1-2 the entire time. Her average has dropped close to 40 points over the last 4 weeks. Pitch outside, 1-2. She broke a long homerless streak last week against the Sterling JV. Hit a long 3-run home run. Pitch in the dirt, gobbled up by a Womack, and now it's 2-2. Not too many people are going to be able to top her Blue Dragon debut. Homered on their first at bat. Went 3 for 3 with 6 RBIs. Pitch off the plate, wide, and the count's full, as this has become a 32-pitch inning for Alexis Budenhagen. He's the 5th batter that Budenhagen's gone full with. Runners are going to go on the pitch. And it's a pitch popped up right in front of the plate. Womack, the catcher, makes the catch, and the inning is over. Could have been a lot worse, but the Dragons get 2 runs on just 1 hit. That's the home run by Bree Johnson. 2 left on, and after 1, it's 2-0 Hutchinson. 2-0 Blue Dragons on the power of Bree Johnson. 2-run home run in the first. The Dragons' 8th home run of the afternoon. And 7, a school record in game 1. Now Destiny Schultz will go to work against the middle third of the Bethany order in the second. Catcher Brianna Womack momentarily shaken up in the previous half inning, taking a foul ball right into the mask. But she stayed right there. Womack did not play in game number 1. Let's take you through the Region 6 bracketing. Again, this now, once this bracketing set up, is split into 2 tournaments, District E and District D. The Dragons will be a part of District E. We'll get into that one first momentarily, but now the first pitch from Destiny Schultz to Bree Womack. So, a little roller to second, and Shelby Felbus throws Womack out number 1. Assigned to District E with the Blue Dragons will be Cowley. They will receive a first-round bye as the Jayhawk East champion. Fort Scott, Cloud County, Heston, Hutchinson, Coffeyville, and Allen. Designated player Kaylin Dane, the batter. Strike 1 from Schultz. Dane was 1 for 2 in the first game. Let's hit to right field and down, and it gets past Bryn Stockman to the fence. Dane will pull in the second. That is Bethany's first extra base hit of the afternoon. Bryn didn't take a great angle to that ball. And now her center fielder, Zoe Levesque, did not play in the first game. It's only the second time today the Swedes have had a runner at second. There's the drop change from Schultz for a strike. So the Dragons got the 4th overall seed. So they will stay on the opposite side of Cowley through the first round once it gets to Topeka. Good pitch at the knees from Schultz, and it's 0-2. Cowley gets a first-round bye. They will face the winner of Fort Scott and Cloud County, the 7-8 matchup. Cloud at 19-19, Fort Scott at 26-19. Pitch back to the screen. That'll be a wild pitch charge to Dez. Dane now at third with 1 out. A count of 1-2 on Levesque. On the Hutchinson half of the bracket, of course, Hutchinson, the 4 seed, takes on 11 seed Heston at 24-23. That series starts here Saturday. Pitch in the dirt, good stop by Semmel, but it's 2-2. Hutch Heston winner will face the Allen Coffeyville winner. They will play Saturday in Iola. Allen 21-24, Coffeyville 18-23, and a nice changeup from Destiny Schultz, and Levesque swings through it for the first strikeout for Schultz. Now 2 away with the runner at third. And Janae Gregg, the third baseman, steps in. She's a senior. Schultz's pitch is fouled out of play to the right. So once they get to Topeka, Cowley will take on the Fort Scott Cloud winner. It will be the Heston Hutchinson versus Cowley Allen winner. They begin double elimination play in a 4-team format in Topeka at Hummer Park weekend after next. The pitch way high, and it's 1-1. On the other half, this is the loaded bracket. The winner is going to earn their trip to Nationals, because this bracket is absolutely loaded. 2 seed is at Highland. Pitch in the dirt, 2-1. Highland will take on Independence on Saturday. Labette's the 6th seed, 14-24. They'll take on Neosho County at 14-24. that game in Parsons. Greg fouls it back, and it's 2-2. The winners of those two series will square off in Topeka. Then on the other half will be the Oklahoma entry into this whole thing. Murray State at 34-10, the likely winner. North Ark is just 3-33, so we expect Murray State to be swing and a miss, strike three. And Des Schultz works around the one-out double with a pair of strikeouts. No runs, a hit, one left. To the bottom of the second we go, 2-0 Hutchinson. Welcome back to Fun Valley. Steve Carpenter with you. Brandon Sams on the camera. Thomas Nelson on the computer. 2-0 Hutch through an inning and a half. And it will be Shelby Felbus, Ashton Reynolds, and back to the top of the order, and Becca Roberts to face Alexis Budenhagen. Felbus 0 for 2 in game number 1 before being lifted for a pinch hitter. Felbus now hitting .289, 5 doubles, 18 RBIs, and she takes ball 1. Shelby has continued to take extra BP in trying to break out of this slump that has pretty much been through the second half of the season. Change up for a strike from Budenhagen. It's 1-1 to Felbus. Only 3 hits since March 18th for Shelby. She had a 5 for 5 game, and ever since then, 3 hits since. Pulled on that offering, and it's 1-2. One of the things I continue to notice with Shelby's swing is her front shoulder keeps flying open. I know Ben Witzett's been working as this wind has picked back up all of a sudden. Change up misses high, and it's 2-2 to Felbus. Closing out that District D bracket, Kansas City and Johnson County. Johnson County the 3 seed. Pitch popped up, and Budenhagen will take it herself for the first out of the second inning. So right now, Budenhagen's got the Dragons a little bit off balance. The only hit of the game was a 2-run home run by Bree Johnson, and she got every bit of it. Ashton Reynolds, the center fielder, career high 6 RBIs in the first game. Four for 4. It's her third career 4-hit game, first this year. She takes ball 1 from Budenhagen. Reynolds now 346 with 45 hits, 3 home runs, and 32 RBIs. The lefty into the line. It's a check swing foul. Count even at 1-1. So the Murray State North Ark winner, most likely Murray State, will take on the KCK Johnson County winner in Topeka. So that is a loaded, District D is loaded. District D's very good. Line shot down the left field line, but foul. 1-2 now to Reynolds. Hutch and Cowley were in the same bracket last year. And those were the 2 finalists. Cowley had to defeat Hutchinson twice in the final and did so. The pitch. Called strike 3 on a changeup. That is the first strikeout for Budenhagen. She's retired 3 in a row and 4 of 5. And now it'll be Becca Roberts as the Dragons will look at Budenhagen for the second time. Roberts walked and scored ahead of Bree Johnson's home run. She hits a one a mile high to shallow left, and it drops in for a hit. The Crow, the shortstop, never did get a good look at it. Michaela Wren was playing a deep left field, so it drops in for a hit. Roberts stole a base in the first game, or in the first inning, now 25 for 25. Expect her to go here very quickly in the at-bat. Here's Bree Johnson. Not going. High for ball 1. Bree Womack had to jump out of her stance to save it. Line in the pitch. Runner goes. This pitch is swung on and missed, and the throw down not in time. Stolen base number 26. That is a Blue Dragon record. Just broke that a few weeks ago. The old record was 20 by Kendall Blanco 2 years ago. 2-1 now to Bree Johnson. Swing and a miss, 2-2. Good swing by Bree. According to Jamie Rose, it took Bree Johnson a little time to figure out the college game. She wasn't getting much time, playing time early. Change up, little looper to center field, but playing shallow is Levesque. She makes the catch, and for the first time today, the Dragons are held scoreless in the inning. No runs, a hit, 1 left. After 2 innings, 2-0 Blue Dragons. Down in El Reno, Oklahoma, Blue Dragon baseball leads Redlands 15-7 in the bottom of the 8th. They're going after their 10th straight win, and then 2 more. They can get 2 wins over Seward County in a 4-game set. They will clinch a home playoff game. We'll have action for you on Saturday, both ends out here at Fun Valley for Region 6. And the final 2 games of the regular season and sophomore day at Hobart Detterfield. All that action will be Saturday on the Blue Dragon Sports Network. First baseman Tori Willems will lead it off, and it's Maya Escobar and Kelly DeCrow. 8, 9, and 1. Des Schultz into the wine, and Willems fouls it off. Willems did not play in game number 1. The Dragons held Bethany to just 2 hits and only 4 base runners in game number 1. Des Schultz allowed a 1-out double This is the only runner here. The pitch, a little bit low and outside. A screwball, and it's 1-1. Line shot caught by Des Schultz. I'm not sure if she caught that with her glove or pinned it. I think she might have pinned it. She's feeling a little discomfort, but you could hear that thud hit her. One away as Willems hits a rope right back to the pitcher, Bethany Schultz. First game of the year, we saw DJ Cannon take one off her knee. And now we see Des Schultz wear one right in the midsection. She's going to be okay. She didn't catch it square in the glove. She pinned it right into her midsection with the glove. You can hear the thud up here. Infield giving her a moment to regroup. One away now for right fielder Maya Escobar, who did not play in the first game. Bethany brought one of the larger JV rosters into Fun Valley that we've ever seen. Their full roster is like 43 people. A pitch, change up. There's that drop change. Swung on, missed for a strike. Great call from Ray Geary to pull the trigger on that drop change. That looks, for baseball people, that is the equivalent of a 12-6 curveball by a baseball pitcher. Curveball swung on and missed, and it's 0-2. Schultz gets the sign from Natalie Semmel and goes into the wind the pitch. Rise ball misses, and it's 1-2. One of the misnomers about baseball versus softball is when you hear the term off-speed pitch in baseball, it's considered a curveball, slider, changeup. One slice foul as Escobar made a quick in-bat adjustment, fought it off, keeping her hands inside. A curveball and a screwball are breaking pitches in softball, but they have the same velocity as a fastball. Changeup is obviously the same, change of speeds. 0-2 pitch, round ball left side. Bree Johnson gets to it, fires across, and it's runner's safe. Be an infield single. Bree got to it as quick as she could. There was no nonchalant play out there. It was just hitting the right spot. And Escobar beats it out for a one-out infield single, and now will be the shortstop, Kelly DeCrow. Kelly grounded to third baseman Cam Pope on a ball that stayed right on the line. DeCrow didn't even run. Pitches high and outside, ball one. The pitch, foul back to the netting. That one might get over, and does. Obviously, our administrative assistant, Julie Renault, out here is not used to that netting as that gap continues to get bigger above us. 1-1 pitch. Drop change stays high, and it's 2-1. Get us ready for Lawrence Dumont. The pitch, way high again. That's kind of rushing her motion. Now she's back in the, or behind in the count, 3-1. Baseball takes a 15-7 lead into the ninth. Matt Hopkins, a scoreless eighth inning on the mound for Hutch. And congratulations to Blue Dragon third baseman Wyatt Dibbs, the Jayhawk Baseball Player of the Week. That just coming across on the Twitter feed from the conference. So big day for the Dragons all the way around. Schultz in the line, 3-2 pitch. Little roller charging is the shortstop Johnson on to first. Out by a step. Good play by Bree to charge hard on a slow hit ball. We'll move Escobar to second, but now with 2 away. And Natasha Quintana, the second baseman, will be the batter. She grounded out to Bree Johnson her first time. Never been big on players wearing jackets while playing. Can't see numbers. The sun has come back out of Fun Valley. A little looper down the left field line. Good hustle by Cam Pope, but it lands a little too far outside her glove. Nothing in 1 to Quintana. Final day of the regular season. Curveball for a strike, and it's 0-2. It was cold when we played Pratt on February 8th. And right now it feels just as cold here on April 24th. Brandon Sams agrees. 0-2 pitch. Ground to the right side, fielded by Raven Bass, just in fair territory. She steps on the bag, and the inning is over. No runs, a hit, and 1 left. We go to the bottom of the 3rd. Dragons 2 and the Swedes nothing. There's a little bit of news from the Jayhawk. Jayhawk East champion Cowley defeated number 4 Division I Butler today by the score of 13-11 in 8 innings. Lindsey Webb hit a 2-run home run. And Cowley snapped Butler's winning streak at 34 games. I saw earlier that former Hutch High product, Keisha Hilty, had an RBI double in that game. So, Division II teams making a little Division I noise as Cowley defeats Butler in game number 1, game number 2 underway. Ball 1 to Cameron Pope, who fouled out her first time up, and she pops this one to center field. Drifting back is Levesque, and it's over her head into the fence. Pope will make the turn, head for third, and she's in safely with the triple. Now we'll see if Zoe Levesque's okay. She thinks she face planted onto that warning track. She pops up. And that for Cameron Pope is career triple number 1. So Levesque was playing shallow. That is now hit number 99 in Cameron Pope's career. And there's a strike to Raven Bass. Her next home run will tie the single season record. I say that with a bit of trepidation. Swing and a miss. 0-2. 3 years ago, the Dragons had 22 games remaining in the regular season, and Sarah Rothy was sitting on 14. And I just happened to mention it to her, where she was, and she never hit another home run the remainder of the season. There remained 1 off the record. for the career home run record. Yeah, my apologies. The pitch, and on the hands, pulled foul. So the old baseball player, I mean, the superstitions that I have, sometimes it's difficult to tell every fact and figure because it may base themselves on a superstition. Bass strikes out. That's second strikeout for Budenhagen. Now Bryn Stockman, who popped up to the second baseman her first time. Runner at third, one away on a triple by Cameron Pope, her first career triple, a 99th career hit. Cam's got a 4-hit afternoon working.
14, Bryn Stockman.
Blue Dragon golfers qualified for nationals today with a 4th place showing in District 3. Ball 1 to Stockman, even though the scoreboard put up a strike. I didn't see, or maybe the arm did go up and I didn't see it. Stockman hits one high to left center field. And chasing it down is Wren, short of the track. Tagging and scoring is Cameron Pope to make it 3-0. So a sac fly by Stockman. And it's 3-0 Hutchinson. 3 runs, 3 hits for the Dragons. No runs, 2 hits for Bethany. Now Natalie Semmel, the batter. Hit by a pitch her first time. Takes high and outside, ball 1. Dragons won the first game 21-0 in 5 innings. It's taken a little bit low and it's 2-0. Wind starting to gust up a little bit again. It's going to be a coolish night tonight and a coolish start to our Wednesday tomorrow, but we are told by Storm Team 12 and other weather formats that it's supposed to get warm and finally maybe stay warm starting this weekend. 3-0 to Semmel. Gary DeCrane on deck. Taking all the way is Semmel for a strike, and it's 3-1. 3 home runs on the year for Natalie. High fly ball, deep left center field, gone. Home run number 4 for Semmel, and it's 4-0 Hutchinson. Outside of DeCrane, everybody's home runs have been laser beam shots, or excuse me, not DeCrane, but Raven Bass. The combined times of the 2 home runs in this game are about 2.7 seconds. So Semmel hits the Dragons' 9th home run of the afternoon. Now it's 4-0, and Kiera DeCrane will be the batter. He popped up to end the first. She's looking to break about a 3-week skid at the plate. Takes a shot toward right a bit late, and she fouls it off. Alexis Budenhagen now at 64 pitches. He's allowed 4 earned runs on 4 hits. Line to left field. It is over the left fielder's head, and one hops the base of the wall. DeCrane will pull into second. Key with her 9th double of the year, 18th extra base hit. Kayla Wren didn't have a chance to make a catch on that one. That was over her head fast. Now Shelby Felvis popped up to the pitcher her first time. 0 for 3 on the afternoon, and she takes in the dirt ball 1. Heston and Nickerson going on over to our left. Heston won the first game. They're underway in the second game over there. Screwball off the plate wide, and it's 2-0 to Felvis. Hit to center field pretty well. Going back as Levesque. It's over her head and off the base of the wall. And it's an RBI double for Shelby Felvis. As Kiara DeCrane scores, that's Felvis' sixth double, RBI number 19, and it's 5-0. More two-out damage for the Dragons. And center fielder Ashton Reynolds will be the batter. And I think Alexis Budenhagen may be done for the day. She's already walking off. And we'll see who it will be. Somebody coming out of the bullpen. We'll tell you about the new Bethany pitcher after this break. Kaylin Wagner, your new Bethany pitcher. Wagner, a sophomore from Chula Vista, California. And she will face Ashton Reynolds. 3 already across in the inning. Reynolds hits one to right field, and it burns the right fielder. Felvis will score. Reynolds will stop at second. That is Ashton's 7th RBI of the afternoon, and the Dragons lead at 6-0. So 4 straight hits with 2 outs, a home run by Semmel, and then doubles by DeCrane, Felvis, and Reynolds. It is now a 4-run inning, and Becca Roberts the batter. And she hits one foul off her foot in the box. Becca has been on base twice, walked in the first and scored ahead of Bree Johnson's home run and then singled. Change up in the dirt, and moving up on the wild pitch is Ashton Reynolds. Becca, the 8th batter of the inning. They batted around twice, did the Dragons in game number 1. The line in the pitch, outside 2-1. Dragons take a 17-7 lead into the bottom of the 9th at Redlands in baseball. Roberts fouls that off, and it's 2-2. Blue Dragon baseball, 3 outs away from a 10th consecutive victory. 2-2 pitches popped up, and it's the first baseman, Tori Willems, to make the catch to end the inning. Good turn by the Dragons. 4 2-out runs. Pope tripled. And she scored on Stockman's sac fly. Then Semmel with a home run, RBI doubles by Felvis and Reynolds. 4 runs on 5 hits, all for extra bases, and 1 left on. After 3, 6-0 Blue Dragons. 6-0 Dragons. We go to the fourth on Sophomore Day 2018. Between games, the 7 Blue Dragons sophomores were honored. And you can look at that on the archive version of game number 1. Now available already on YouTube. Des Schultz to face Michaela Wren, the left fielder. Outside ball 1 to start the fourth. That was pitch number 40 from Des Schultz, who's allowed a single and a double. Has 2 strikeouts. Good changeup swung through and missed for a strike, 1-1. That pitch, when thrown in moderation, was a great swing and miss pitch. She has to have her curveball and her fastball really working for it to be totally effective. Pitch in the dirt, and it's 2-1. But the one thing Des has learned throughout this breakthrough sophomore year, if you remember back to her games in February, she was allowing base runners by the droves. More times than not, though, she got out of the innings with no or barely any runs scored. Pitch, strike at the letters, and it's 2-2. And what those innings did, even though she has had some games where she's been hit hard, heck, every pitcher goes through it, she's gotten confidence from those innings that she's gotten out of. 2-2 pitch, line foul. That woke some fans up behind us, and as that was happening, we heard a ball from the other field rolling across the roof. Weren't sure where we were going to be attacked from by those foul balls. 2-2 to Wren. Grounded out her first time up. Had a hit in the first game. The pitch popped up. Shelby Felbus, the second baseman, makes the catch, 1 away. You already have a proven commodity in DJ Cannon. Now with Destiny Schultz continuing to make strides. Dragons honestly have that 1-2 punch really for the first time that Jamie Rose has been looking for in quite some time. Bree Womack hits a slow roller to second. Shelby Felbus to her right on the first, 2 away. Don't underestimate Bryn Stockman, who would be the third pitcher. And even, don't forget Megan Davis, has been effective in spots this year. Ball 1 high to Caitlin Dane. She doubled with 1 out in the second. This is the deepest Dragon pitching staff Jamie Rose has had in her 14 seasons. That bodes well for the postseason. Offensively, the Dragons very good. Hitting .366 coming into this game. Those are the updated numbers after a 22-hit performance in game number 1. Pitch. Change-up pulled foul, and it's 1-2. For the broadcast crew here, I think we were wishing that sun was on us. It feel a little bit warmer. Brandon and Thomas in full agreement. Thomas wore shorts today, the big goober. 0-2 pitch, pop foul out of play. Of course, when I called him and told him I was leaving Newton, it was warm. It was nice in Newton all day for golf. 1-2 the count now to Dane, designated player. Schultz pitch way upstairs, 2-2. Dragons again will begin postseason play on Saturday. Heston in for best of 3 series. Games 1 and 2 on Saturday. Both games on the network. Drop change, swung through, strike 3. It's a 1-2-3 4th inning for Bethany. Nice pitch from Des Schultz. Head to the bottom of the 4th. 6-0 Blue Dragons. Bree Johnson, the lead off the fourth. Dragons with a 6-0 lead after winning the first game 21-0 over the Bethany JV. It'll be Johnson, Pope, and Bass. And when Cam Pope comes up, she will make her first attempt at career hit number 100. It's a 4-hit afternoon for Cam. Bree Johnson is homered and lined out. She's hit the ball well twice and only has 1 hit to show for it. Home runner's second of the year was a 2-run shot that gave Hutch a 2-0 lead. And the count even a 1-1 on Bree. Pitch hitter. Pitch gone away from Caitlin Wagner. Bree Johnson wears a pitch to lead off the 4th inning. Now Cameron Pope. Cam with 2 home runs, a double and a triple today in this doubleheader. 99 career hits for Cam. Now has 54 total hits. Second to Izzy Godinez's 58. A very low flying plane flying right over the top of us. Evidently Heston College is scouting the Blue Dragons via the air. Line to left field. Diving attempt at the left fielder and it's past her. All the way to the wall. Johnson will be waved. Cam thinking for 3. Going to be a play at third. Cam's in safely. And career hit number 100 is a triple. And the Dragons lead it 7-0. After not having a triple for her entire Blue Dragon career, Cam's got triples in her last 2 at-bats. Bree Johnson scores all the way from third. So congratulations to both Ashton Reynolds and Cameron Pope, the newest members of the 100 Hit Club. Raven Bass, the batter. That's a ball 1 to Raven. Raven struck out her last time, 0 for 1 with a walk in the first. Wagner's pitch. Pulled foul outside of third. Dragons lead 7-0, albeit it only says 6 on the scoreboard. Curveball outside. Now it's 7. Boy, it seems like every time I complain, they fix it.
They can hear you.
Evidently, they must have us mic'd in the dugout. Here's the pitch. Change up. Actually, a slow curve for a strike, and it's 2-2. Raven became the 4th Blue Dragon in history to have 3 home runs in 1 game. In game number 1. Curveball outside, full count. All 3 of Raven's home runs were these high, majestic clouts. The pitch. Outside, ball 4. Bass walks for the second time. Now Bryn Stockman will be the batter, looking for her first hit of game number 2 after going 3 for 3. She did have a sacrifice flying to third, 0 for 1.
Right fielder number 14, Bryn Stockman.
Line of the pitch, a little bit low, gets away. Bass heads for second on the wild pitch. So now second and third, nobody out. Dragons haven't had the big inning. They had 4 runs in the third. 3 of those 4 runs coming with 2 out. Outside, 2-0 now to Stockman. Now 3-0 to Stockman, pitch low. Dragons have won 30-plus games for 4 years in a row now. Wagner takes something off and gets one in the zone with Stockman taking all the way, and now it's 3-1 to the Dragon right fielder. Outside ball 4 and the bases are loaded with nobody out. Bree Johnson hit by a pitch. She scored on Cam Pope's triple. And now Bass and Stockman have both walked for Natalie Semmel, who hit her 4th home run of the year, a solo shot with 2 out and the 3rd. Her home run made it 4-0. Dragons already won Grand Slam today, had hit by Ashton Reynolds. 2018 Blue Dragons now with 46 home runs. Still 15 off the pace set by the 2016 team.
Natalie Semmel.
That's home run was a laser beam shot to left center. And she hits one high and deep to center field. Grand Slam! The 3rd Blue Dragon today to have at least 2 home runs in a game. Natalie Semmel makes it 11-0. And again, didn't take long for it to leave the yard. Stockman, Bass, and Pope score ahead of her. And it is now 11-0, and we might be getting another pitching change from the Swedes. We will, and we'll tell you about the new pitcher right after this. Ellie Schrag will make her 2nd appearance of the doubleheader. She was the starting second baseman for Bethany in game 1, was lifted, and then came in to pitch. In a re-entry, she pitched 1 inning, allowed just 1 hit. Hit a batter, gave up a double, but no runs. Dragons with their 2nd home run, or Grand Slam home run of the day. After a school record 7 home runs in game number 1, they have 3 here in game number 2. 2 from Natalie Semmel. The other from Bree Johnson. Now Kiara DeCrane, who doubled her last time up.
The designated player, number 16, Kiara DeCrane.
Pitch bounces in. This ball 1-2 to DeCrane. Key is a bat that Jamie Rose and the Dragons hope wakes up. She was hitting 4-5, actually 3-4 with Raven Bass for most of the first 2/3 of the season. Two-0 pitch, swung and fouled. 2-1. Line shot foul. It's a good thing Brandon didn't have the camera turned around. It's a good thing Danny Steckline wasn't here either.
How does someone lose their balance sitting down? That's an interesting question I posed to you.
The wind and the 2-2. Kendi Crane pulls it foul. Between Kiara DeCrane and Raven Bass, they have had some of the most impressive foul balls this year. It's too bad we couldn't take a tabulation on the measurement of their each batter's 10 longest foul balls this year. I bet that number would be staggering. 2-2 pitch. Outside, full count. Even Key's not even sure the scoreboard is right. She was ready to head down and thought it was ball 4. Still nobody out in the inning. Slow roller up the middle, fielded by the shortstop, on to first, safe. That'll be an infield single. 6 straight have reached to start the 4th inning. Now Shelby Felvis. She had an RBI double her last time up. Dragons now with 11 runs in the game. Grounded deep into the short. That'll be an infield single for Felvis. She's got a 2-hit game. DeCrane at second. And Ashton Reynolds will be the 7th bat. Check that, 8th batter of the inning. The first 7 have reached.
Number 7, Ashton Reynolds.
Line in the pitch. Taking a little bit low for a ball. So the Dragons, once the top of the 5th comes around, just need 3 outs to wrap up the regular season. Line chop, the glove of the pitcher goes right to the second baseman, Quintana, who throws out Ashton Reynolds. That's about the 4th ball the Dragons have hit completely on a rope. Into an out. For all the great hits they've had, those 4 are really memorable. Now Becca Roberts, the 9th batter of the inning, hitting for the 4th time. She taps one foul. Becca has walked, singled, and popped out to first base. 1 for 2. The Dragons now with 11 hits. Still waiting on a baseball final to come in from El Reno. The Dragons had a 17-7 lead entering the final inning. Change up, that's through at center field for a base hit. DeCrane scores. Felvis will be held. And now as the throw comes through, Roberts will take second. It's 12-0. Like Roberts with an RBI single.
The shortstop, number 22, Bree Johnson.
So the Dragons have batted around, and Bree Johnson got the inning started with a hit by pitch. She scored on the next batter. Cameron Pope tripled to center. Then walks to Bass and Stockman, loaded him up, and Natalie Semmel cleared him with a grand slam. Ground ball right back to the pitcher on the first in time for out number 1. Check that, 2 outs. 2 away for Cameron Pope, who earlier this inning got career hit number 100 with the triple. And Cam hadn't had a triple in her Blue Dragon career. Her last 2 at-bats have both been triples. That one drops in, but it gets away from the catcher. Speeding down the line to score is Felvis. That'll be a pass ball charge to Bree Womack. And it's 13-0. So Roberts now at third with 2 outs. Pope swings and misses over the top of a changeup. That's, I believe it's 0-2. Nope, it is 1-1. For once, the scoreboard got me. Pitch down in the dirt, 2-1 to Cameron. Cam established a new career high for RBIs in game number 1 with 5. She has 1 here. Line to left field, and she gets another RBI. Now the ball gets past the left fielder, and Pope heads for second. She's going to stop right there. Be a single RBI and an error. And Raven Bass will now be the batter. It's a 8-run inning.
First baseman, number 28, Raven Bass.
Bass has walked, Tyson struck out, pitch in the dirt. Pope will move up to third. Wild pitch. .35 combined runs for the Blue Dragons today. Curveball for a strike. the Dragons and the Heston Larks. Heston will be here Saturday and possibly Sunday. Just striking as 1 and 2. The Dragons swept the Larks in the regular season. Both wins coming here at Fun Valley. The pitch. High fly ball left center field. Coming on is Levesque to make the catch, and the Dragons are done in the fourth inning. 8 runs, 6 hits, 1 error, and 1 left. We go to the fifth, 14-0 Blue Dragons. Dragons 3 outs away from closing the regular season for 2018 in grand fashion. They have outscored Bethany 35-0. And combined 10 home runs, 2 grand slams. Coming from Ashton Reynolds and Natalie Semmel, 1 in each game. Semmels was in this game. Here's Zoe Levesque. Zoe struck out her first time up. Des Schultz first pitch, drop change for strike 1. Des threw 4 innings. 3 strikeouts, just 2 hits, 1 wild pitch. 53 pitches. That pitch a little bit upstairs, and it's 1-1. Curveball outside. Des 3 outs away from her 12th win of the year. As the sun has retreated behind the cloud cover, it becomes that much more chilly out here. Upstairs, 3-1. Saw DJ Cannon kind of struggle to finish off game number 1. She had sat through so many long offensive innings. The same can be said for Destiny Schultz. Foul back to the screen, full count to Levesque. Next Blue Dragon softball broadcast will be Saturday. That's Blue Dragon baseball. Seward County will carry the broadcast from Brent Goldfield and Liberal on Thursday. 3-2 pitch, changeup, called strike 3. 1 away. 4 strikeouts now for Des. She has retired 6 in a row. Now Janae Gregg. She struck out her first time up. Swing and a miss on a rise ball. Again, the 7 sophomores were honored between games. I pitch upstairs. Ceremony was between games and is archived on the Game 1 video. 1-1 pitch. Popped up right side, drifting back is Shelby Felvis. She's got it, and there's 2 away. Now Tori Willems. She lined out to Destiny Schultz. And when we mean lined out, we do mean lined out, as Des basically wore it right in the midsection, pinning the ball to her stomach by her glove. It hung in there, though. Pitched well. Pitch upstairs, ball 1. Looking forward to Saturday. The Dragons swept Heston in 2 games. Meaningless when it comes to Saturday. Pitch on the hands, foul back. Regular season records are basically a meaningless stat when the postseason begins. 1-1 pitch. Little pop coming up, Raven Bass. She makes the catch, and that's the ball game.
Your final score. Hutchinson Community College
Great.
Dragons 14.
Des Schultz retires the last 7 she faces. Hutchinson sweeps the doubleheader on sophomore day, 21-0, 14-0. We'll wrap it up real quick right after this. Welcome back to Fun Valley, the Blue Dragon post-game show. Steve Carpenter with you after a dominating sophomore day for the Blue Dragons, defeating Bethany 21-0 and 14-0. Both games go in 5 innings. The totals for the just completed game for the victorious Blue Dragons now 33-9 overall, 14 runs, 13 hits, no errors, 5 left on base. For Bethany, no runs, 2 hits, 1 error, 2 left on base. The winning pitcher, Destiny Schultz. She improves to 12-5. Alexis Bundenhagen takes the loss. Time of ball game 1 hour and 23 minutes. So the Blue Dragons complete the regular season 33-9, and now it's heading to postseason play as they will play Heston at 2 and 4 p.m. in the best of 3 series beginning Saturday afternoon here at Fun Valley. We'll have the coverage for you right here on the network. Bree Johnson, a 2-run home run. Natalie Semmel hit 2 home runs, including a grand slam. Semmel finishes 2 for 5 with 5 RBIs. Cameron Pope, 3 for 4 with 2 triples, 2 RBIs. She reaches the 100 hit mark. She had 5 hits on the afternoon, 2 hits each, again, for Semmel, Kiara DeCrane, Shelby Felvis, and Becca Roberts. Blue Dragons get the win. Destiny Schultz, a complete game 2 hitter, 2-hit shutout. She struck out 4 and retired the last 7 batters that she faced. So again, the Dragons will play Heston opening up on Saturday. The postseason is here. Dragons complete the regular season 33-9. And it's time to shut it down and get ready for the postseason. On behalf of Thomas Nelson, Brandon Sam, Steve Carpenter from Fun Valley, reminding you the final scores: Hutchinson sweeps Bethany JV 21-0, 14-0. Both games in 5 innings. We'll talk to you again Saturday afternoon. Until then, so long, everybody.